All right, I want to welcome everyone to the Lifestyle Changers Financial Freedom presentation. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Angela Williams. I have a bachelor's degree in finance. I have a master's degree in business. I've been in corporate America for well over 20 something years, but I spent the last 13 years climbing the corporate path in accounting as a senior financial analyst. And then in 2008, I got laid off. And even though I thought I would find a job very quickly because of my education and my job experience, but after 4 straight years of not even getting a call back, I ended up losing everything. I ended up losing my house. I ended up losing my savings. I ended up losing my career standing. I lost my confidence. But the one thing about when you go through a difficult time, as long as you got some confidence, a little bit of confidence in yourself, you can get up and you can start all over. And I basically had to reinvent myself. So what I did is I started my own business. I basically decided that I was going to be the boss. And I was going to be comfortable being the boss. And I was going to be comfortable looking in the mirror and understanding that I had completely control over my life. Because as long as you are depending on one source of income from a job that you don't own and that you don't control and that you could lose at any time, you are putting your livelihood at risk because you can lose it at any time. And I also felt that nobody could pay me as good as I could pay myself. So I've been the successful owner of Glamour and Gifts Boutique for the past 10 years. I've also opened up my own cosmetic line. I'm starting my own nationwide tax business, so I'm super excited about that. And I am 100% debt-free and 100% unemployable. So the reason why you're on this webinar right now is because I am super passionate about everybody understanding the power of entrepreneurship. So if you were to just look at this chart, white-owned businesses create about 55.9 million jobs. So they're able to employ about 44% of the white population. Now you compare that to Hispanic-owned businesses where they create about 2.5 million jobs, and they're only able to employ about 8% of the Hispanic population. Now compare that to African American businesses. Well, we only can create 1 million jobs. So we're only able to employ 4% of the black population. So as you can see, we all got some catching up to do. And as African Americans, we are the #1 spenders in America. We spend about $1.3 trillion a year. So if we were to just shift some of our buying power, it would allow many of us who are owning black-owned businesses to be able to expand and offer jobs and employment in our community. But in order for you to start your own business and be the boss, you first have to get your financial house in order. So in MyEcon, we teach you various wealth strategies. When you partner with anyone in my organization, I'm going to teach you 12 wealth strategies. But tonight, I'm just going to talk about the top 5. I'm going to show you how to increase your cash flow, how to pay off all your debt the fastest, how to build both your emergency fund and your retirement fund at the same time, as well as show you how to increase your credit score. So why is financial literacy in high demand right now? Well, 1 out of 5 adults live beyond their means. 50% of all Americans is one crisis away from being homeless. So that means that if you were to go to work tomorrow and they told you they had to let you go, how long would you be able to keep the roof over your head or be able to drive the car that you're driving if you couldn't find a job in a year or 2 years? See, when I lost my job, I had over $80,000 cash saved, but that $80,000 did not last me 4 years. So there's not a such thing as not having enough money. So you have to build your emergency account. You have to create an environment where you paying off your debt so that just in case something happens, you're able to float yourself. And the reality is that 67% of African Americans have no emergency savings at all. There are some people that is on this webinar that don't have $1,000 in the bank right now. There are some people on this webinar that don't have $600 right now. Some of you may not even have $100 right now. So you got to get serious about that. You have to have some emergency savings in case you lose your job, you lose your spouse, or you get sick. The average wealth in America is about $141,000, but the average wealth for Hispanics is $13,000, and the average wealth for African Americans is $11,000. So that means after working 40 hours a week for 40 years, you don't have anything to show for it. We're not owning our homes. We're not even buying homes. So that's a problem that we need to address. 77 million adults cannot pay their bills on time. 56% of adults do not have a budget, so they have no idea where their money is going. 80% of people are in debt. 24% of people are using payday loans. 30% of people have no life insurance. Everybody is in student loan debt. 54% of college students have overdrawn bank accounts because their parents never sat down and taught them how to manage money. A eye-opening statistic was that 66% of African-American households are headed by single moms. So that means that you are relying on one source of income to provide for your whole family. So you have to have a plan B in place in case something goes wrong. Now let's talk about your retirement, because the reality is at some point in time, you're going to turn 65 and you're not going to be able to work anymore. 50% of Americans have zero in their retirement accounts right now. So I want you to look at this chart and I want you to find your age. If you are 30 years old, you should have $64,000 saved in your 401k right now. If you are 40 years old, you should have $162,000 saved right now. If you are 45 years old, you should have $231,000 saved right now. If you are 50, you should have $319,000 saved. And if you are 65, you should have a minimum of $750,000 saved right now. So the question is, are you on track? And if your answer is no, this is your wake-up call. This is your opportunity to do something different. 81% of people don't even know what they need to do to retire. They don't know how much money they need to be investing in their 401k every month. Some of them don't even know the type of fees that's coming out their 401k. A lot of people just have not sat down and thought about their future. The average Social Security check is $1,300. The average Social Security check in the state of Illinois is $900. So if you can't live off $900 or $1,300 right now, how are you going to live off of that when you're 65, especially if you ain't paid off your house or you're still renting? So after you pay your rent and your utilities, that $900 or that $1,300 is gone. So what are you going to do? So you're either going to end up needing the government to take care of you, or the children that you spend so much money on and that you raised, they're going to have to take care of you. But the reality is, for most of your children, it's going to be hard enough for them to maintain their own household, let alone take care of you at the same time. So you're going to have to do something different. There's a reason why most people are not where they need to be from a 401k retirement perspective. I want you to think about you in corporate America and you making $50,000 a year. Well, because you are an employee, you are taxed at the highest tax rate in America. So you're taxed between 28 and 33%. So if you're making $50,000, they taking $16,000 right off the top in taxes before you even get your paycheck. And so your net paycheck is going to be $34,000. But here's the trap. Your rent, your car note, your student loans, even your credit card amounts is based on your gross income of $50,000, but you got to pay it all back off of your net of $34,000. That's the trap. That's why you continue to live paycheck to paycheck. And then not to mention inflation, not to mention all of big businesses that's constantly advertising to us. We just had Thanksgiving. Then we had our small business Saturday. We had Black Friday. We had Cyber Monday. We got Christmas coming up. There's New Year's, there's Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, somebody's birthday, somebody's wedding, somebody having a baby. There is always a reason why you need to be spending your money every time you get paid. And what's happening is you are not owning your paycheck. You're working 40 hours a week and ain't none of that money yours. So what you have to do is you got to increase your cash flow, and you need better money management skills. Welcome to the world of MyEcon. We are a 12-year-old debt-free financial literacy education company. We're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. We have over 67,000 distributors across the country, and the strategies that MyEcon has taught us as distributors, we have been able to cash flow over $450 million. Now, what I love about MyEcon is they kind of give you a business in a box, but they give you the best of two worlds. They're going to give you high-end demand products that people need, that they use on a daily basis, but then they're also going to give you something that no other opportunity is giving you, and that is personal finance education. Because it's one thing to make money, it's another thing to be able to keep your money. So MyEcon is going to show you how to generate business income, but we're also going to show you how to grow your money. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is how you can increase your cash flow right now so that you can get out of debt. So the first place we're going to go is we're going to go to your W-4 form. So if you're working a job, I'm finna show you all the hidden money that is sitting in your W-4. Now this right here, this information was taken off the IRS website. And basically what it's saying is that 80% of Americans have their W-4s filled out wrong and are overpaying in their taxes. And so the IRS believes the reason why you're allowing them to take too much money out your paycheck is because you cannot discipline yourself to save your own money, so you're using the W-4 as a forced savings method. But what the reality is that the IRS does not pay interest on your refund. And so the IRS is saying that they would rather you, instead of overpaying, taking that extra money and putting it into a savings account or pay off your debt. What I don't understand is why everybody is not doing it. Now, if you look at the top of your W-4 form, it says, consider completing a new form W-4 each year when your personal or your financial situation changes. So your personal situation is you get married, you have some kids. Your financial situation, you start a home-based business. So let's talk about the first strategy that you're going to learn when you partner with MyEcon. We're going to show you how to correct your tax withholdings. So most people, when they look at the W-4 form, they know about the first page, but majority of the people have no idea how to fill out the second page of the W-4. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to legally correct your W-4, not manipulate it, but legally correct it. So from this day forward, you will never, if you qualify for 2 allowances, put 8 or put 10 down and for 6 months, and then 6 months later adjust it back to 2. After this day, you are never going to write exempt on your W-4 unless you are over the age of 65, you are legally blind, or you make less than $11,000 a year. Because that's the only way you can qualify for exempt status. So if you been putting exempt down and you ever get audited, you're going to have to pay the money back. And they're going to charge you a penalty. They're going to fine you, and you can go to prison up to a year. So why do anything unethical when we can show you how to correct it legally? So we're going to show you how to legally correct the first page. We're going to show you how just by partnering with MyEcon and launching your home-based business, you can unlock all the hidden money in the second page of the W-4. And this is going to allow you to give yourself a raise. That means that your net take-home pay is going to increase by extra $200 to $1,200 cash every single month and not owe Uncle Sam at the end of the year. So let's look at this example. Let's say that you are in corporate America, you're making some significant amount of money, you don't have no kids, you're single. Well, the most you can claim on the first page of your W-4 is 2. But when you partner with MyEcon, you get to unlock the second page of the W-4, and you can increase your allowances from 2 to 8. Now, let's say that maybe you're married and you have 2 children, or you are a single mom, you're a single dad, and you have 2 kids. Well, the most you can claim on the first page of your W-4 is 8. But if you notice, even at 8, they still taking federal taxes out your check. But when you partner with MyEcon and you unlock the second page of the W-4, you can increase your allowances from 8 to 10 to 12 to 14. The highest I've seen is 16. Well, how is it that if you adjust your W-4, you're not going to owe at the end of the year? See, in MyEcon, we're going to show you how to apply strategy number 2, which means we're going to show you how to minimize your tax liability. So I want you to think about all the things that you spend money on every month to maintain your lifestyle. Think about every time you pay your rent, your utilities, or your mortgage, your car note, the gas you put in your car. Think about every time you pay your cell phone bill. Think about every time you go out to eat, whether it's to a restaurant or you went and got some Starbucks coffees. Think about the concerts you went to this year. Think about the sporting events that you went to this year. Think about the computers and iPhones that you may have bought this year. Guess what? When you have a home-based business, you get to convert all those lifestyle expenses into business expenses. So when you partner with MyEcon, we're going to show you how you can write off a percentage of your rent, your utilities, your cell phone, your car payments, even if you're leasing a car, the gas you put in your car. We're going to show you how to get reimbursed 53.5 cents for every mile that you drive in your car. We're going to show you how you can write off your travel, how to write off your meals, your entertainment, the iPhones that people are standing in line and buying. We're even going to show you how you can employ your children in your MyEcon business and write off $6,300 a year. And what's going to happen is at the end of the year, because you have a home-based business, you qualify to have a Schedule C. And that Schedule C is going to be attached to your 1040 at the end of the year. And it's going to make your whole life tax deductible. Here's an example of what the Schedule C looks like. When you partner with MyEcon, you're now going to be a 1099. You're going to be a sole proprietor. So that means, as you can see, they ask you how much your car notes is. They're going to ask you your insurance. They ask you about your mortgage. They ask you about your rent if you're renting. They ask you about your travel, your meals, your entertainment, your utilities. And there's even the wages where you will put if you had your children working for you. So let me show you an example of what happens when you partner with MyEcon and you have a job. So let's talk about the home-based tax advantages, the home-based business tax advantages. So let's say you're a single mom in corporate America, you got 2 kids, you're making $50,000 a year. Well, when you file your taxes at the end of the year, you're going to get the deduction for being a head of household. So we're going to take $10,000 off the top, okay? Now your net is $40,000. But you have 2 children, so you're going to get the deductions for having the standard deductions for having 2 children. That's going to take your taxable income from $50,000 to $28,000. Now, usually at that point, what the IRS is going to do is, because you are an employee and you're taxed at the highest tax rate, they're going to take $28,000, multiply that by 33%, and that's your tax liability. Then they're going to go to your job. They're going to look at how much taxes came out your paycheck. And if you pay more taxes than what you owe, you get a refund. If you pay less than you owe. Now I want to show you what happens when you have a job, but you partner with MyEcon. Because I'm going to show you how you can make your taxable income of $28,000 zero. Because guess what? When you partner with MyEcon, you get all those business deductions at the end of the year. So you get $8,000 taken off for your mileage, your cell phone bill. You know, a lot of you are paying $100 a month. Add that up for 12 months. That's some good money that you've been paying out that you get to write off on your taxes. Your travel. If you did any traveling, any vacations this year, writing it off. Your meals and entertainment, we're taking that off. Your MyEcon membership or any advertising or business cards that you may do, we writing off another $1,000, okay? That took the net income from $28,000 to $12,000. But guess what? When you have a home-based business, you get to hire your children into your business as long as they're over the age of 6. What you gonna have those kids do? Well, they can put labels on brochures for you. They can enter your receipts for you. They can do any filing for you. They can hand out flyers for you. They can post on social media for you. And for every child that you have, you can write off up to $6,300 in deductions. So she had a net income of $12,000, but she had 2 kids. She paid them through her business, and her child wages, she got the deduction of $12,000, making her taxable income zero. So this is an example of somebody who's making $50,000 a year in corporate America. But because they got 2 kids, and they have a home-based business, she didn't pay any taxes, didn't owe any taxes. She was able to keep 90% of her take-home pay. And guess what? Because her gross income went to 50,000 to 28,000, from 28,000 to zero, guess what she qualified for? The earned income tax credit, so she's gonna get some more money, and she qualified for the child tax credit, because usually when you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, you don't get the child tax credit, but when you lower your income, you do. And that is the power of income shifting. It takes you from a higher tax bracket to a lower tax bracket, and the only way you can do that is if you have a home-based business. So what happens if you partner with MyEcon, but you don't adjust your W-4? Well, you still have a home-based business. So that means at the end of the year, you still get to write off your rent and utilities and your car notes and your cell phone bills. So whatever your federal refund check was last year, imagine doubling it or tripling it. That's what happens when you tie a home-based business to your job. Now, how are we going to be able to give you all of these tax deductions? Well, in MyEcon, we're going to teach you the tax laws directly from the IRS publications. So you're going to know what you can write off, when you can write it off. We're going to show you how to complete your Schedule C that is going to be attached to your 1040, which is going to offset your tax liability. We're even going to show you how you can fill out your own tax returns. Why are you paying H&R Block $200, $500 for something that you can actually learn to do yourself? So how are we going to be able to make this possible? Well, when you partner with MyEcon, we're going to give you a software, and it's called the Cash Flow Manager. And this software is going to track all your income and all your expenses, even your mileage. So every time you spend money, so whether or not you pay your car notes, you pay your rent, or you pay your utility bills, you go out to eat, you're going to record that transaction into your cash flow manager, and then you're going to take a receipt. You're going to take a picture of your receipt, or maybe you get an email because you pay your bills online, or you can see a statement online, or you can see your you pay with your debit cards and you see the transactions come through on your bank statements. You're just going to take a picture, you're going to upload it to the cash flow manager, and that way you don't have to physically hold on to your receipts. All your receipts is going to be stored in a cloud. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to run a report, and that report is going to list all your lifestyle expenses, and all your receipts is going to be attached to the report. This is the report that you're going to give to your tax preparer, or you're going to use it yourself to fill out your tax returns. This is also the worksheet that is going to make you IRS compliant. You know, I know a lot of people who may have been audited before in their life. And what people don't understand is that audits are usually random. And the reason why a lot of people get in trouble is because they'll say that they wrote off $1,000 in meals and entertainment, but they don't have $1,000 worth of receipts. See, with MyEcon, we make you audit proof, because everything that you're going to put on your tax return is expenses that you actually paid for, and you have a receipt to back it up. And it is absolutely brilliant. So let's talk about what happens when you partner with MyEcon. We show you how to income shift your W-4. What can you expect? You're going to expect some extra money in your paycheck. You see Randy here out of California. He was able to cash flow over $300 a month just from applying the very first strategy of correcting your W-4. We have Hector and Kimberly out of Chicago, $573 a month. I don't know about you, but $573 a month can absolutely pay off a car note. We got Tanika McGill in Chicago, $500 a month. We got Pastor Joshua Randolph, $600 a month. We got Melinda Tyson, that's now in Memphis, Tennessee, cash flowing over $764 a month. That can definitely cover rent. We got Jamal Jackson in Chicago, $800 a month. We got Gregory out of Maryland, over $900 a month. We have Andre Harris, cash flowing over $1,000 a month. That will definitely pay down your mortgage faster. We got Jake Scott, also out of Maryland, $1,500 a month. So just by partnering with MyEcon and adjusting your W-4, you can expect $2,400 to over $14,000 cash year after year without selling or recruiting. Just by applying this one simple wealth strategy and using MyEcon as your tax shelter, but also your home-based business in order for you to take advantage of the tax laws. But what are you going to do with all these extra dollars that's going to be flowing through your paycheck? Now, what you're not going to do is you're not going to raise your lifestyle. See, in MyEcon, we are a personal financial education company. So we want you to change your entire lifestyle. So the third strategy that we're going to show you is how to pay off all your debt the fastest. So when you come into MyEcon, you're going to go through my money management workshop, and we're going to have you list all your debt out. And this particular person has $600 a month coming into their paycheck after income shifting. So let's go and pay off that car note. This individual has $17,000 that they owe. They're paying $545 a month. So we're going to teach you a concept called debt stacking. So he's paying $544 now for his car note. We're going to take the extra $600 in his paycheck, put it on top of the $545 that he's already paying. So that means that his new car note payment is $1,145 a month. He was able to pay off a $17,000 balance in 15 months instead of 32 months. So now the car is paid off. Now we're going to go to the Visa. He owes Visa $8,000. He's paying Visa a minimum payment of $200. So what are we going to do? Debt stack. So that $545 that he was paying for that car note, he's going to put that on top of the $200 plus the $600 that he's getting in his paycheck, and he's going to put it on top of that $200. So now he's paying Visa $1,345 a month. Guess what? He paid off $8,000 in Visa card debt in 6 months instead of it taking him 6 years. Now let's look at that mortgage. He owed $200,000. His mortgage payment is $1,200. Again, we're doing debt stacking. So the $200 that he was paying the Visa, he's putting that on top of that $1,200 note. The $545 that he was paying that car note, he's putting it on top of that note. That $600 that was in his paycheck, that he's getting in his paycheck, he's putting it on top of that note. So he's paying $2,545 a month on his mortgage. And guess what? That mortgage got paid off in 6 years instead of 30. See, there's no reason for anyone to have a mortgage right now and on a 30-year mortgage payment plan. If you were to pay your minimum payment on your mortgage, your car note, or your Visa, you would have bought your house, your car twice. And so in MyEcon, with our debt stacking strategy, we put your debt elimination on autopilot. So you end up paying off and getting out of debt 2 to 3 times faster than if you were just budgeting for extra money alone. So in this example, this is someone who paid off $225,000 worth of debt in 8 years and 4 months, saved over $332,000 in interest payments, and now he's debt-free. Completely debt-free. This is how you own your paycheck. So now he got an extra $2,500 cash flow that he can do whatever he wants to do with it. But what we're going to do is we're going to teach him strategy number 4. So we're going to show you how to get out of debt, but we're going to show you how to take the increase in cash flow and start investing. So we're going to show you how to invest in CDs and money market accounts, and how to purchase bonds, how to purchase mutual funds, how to purchase index funds, how to purchase stocks, how to purchase futures, how to get into the exchange trade rates, the foreign exchange market. We're going to show you how to own a piece of America, because we have been supporting capitalism, but it's time for us to participate in capitalism by owning stocks in companies. So you're shopping at Walmart every week, you should own a piece of Walmart stock. People are eating at McDonald's, you should own it. People are buying Jordans, you should own a piece of Nike and Foot Locker. We're going to show you how to invest in Google. We're going to show you how you can get Tesla. We're going to show you how to get a piece of Apple, show you how to get a piece of Facebook, show you how to own where you spend your money, because that's really where it's at. It's about being an investor, and we're showing you how to grow and compound your money. So we're going to teach you how to be a stock owner. We're going to support you just in case you got a dream business or a franchise that you want to open. We have a step-by-step blueprint that you can follow to get your business up and running. And we also have training that is going to be coming to teach you how to be a real estate investor. When you partner with MyEcon, we're going to give you retirement planning calculators and tools so that you know how much money you need to be investing in your 401k, your 403b, or your IRAs, or whatever investment vehicles that you are using. You're going to know how much money you need to be saving every month. You're going to know when you're going to be debt free, and you're going to know when you hit $1 million and when you're going to be able to retire. It's brilliant. The fifth strategy and the final strategy that I'm going to talk about tonight is the cost of having bad credit. Here's an example of two people who went out and bought a car. One of them got good credit, one of them got bad credit. Well, the person with good credit, you know, they got a lower monthly payment. The person with bad credit paying $5.99 a month. But what I want you to pay attention to is the interest. The person with good credit paid about $3,100 in interest, but the person with bad credit paid over $15,000 in interest. The car loan was $20,000, so you had to pay that back plus an extra $15,000. So you basically bought your car twice just because you made some bad decisions that is affecting you in your life right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to increase your credit score by giving you credit repair education. So we're going to show you how to get your credit reports. We're going to show you how to analyze them. We're going to show you how to come up with a credit dispute worksheet. We're going to show you what dispute letters you need to mail off, how to get tax liens and medical elections taken off your credit report. If you're renting an apartment and you've been paying your rent on time, we can show you how to get your rent payments added to your credit report. You know, we're going to show you how to increase your credit score. When I first applied just one of the strategies that you learn in this education system, my credit score was about a 736. After applying this strategy, my credit increased 19 points in 7 days. So I went from a 736 to a 755. Here's another example of a business partner who didn't have no credit at all, but she had debt. And so she partnered with MyEcon, income shifted her paycheck, paid her debt off, and in 6 months, her credit went from non-existent to a 728. We have another business partner whose credit score was a 530. She's now a 705. So when you partner with MyEcon, not only are we going to show you the income shifting strategy, not only we're going to show you about money management, not only are we going to show you about how to invest, where to invest your money, how to compound your money, but we also going to give you some perks. So when you partner with MyEcon, you're going to get your own attorneys. So if you ever need an attorney to represent you in court, look over legal documents, maybe you want a patent, a trademark, you want to get incorporated, these attorneys are going to be able to help you. You're also going to get access to your own certified public accountant. So if you have any tax issues, you need any tax advice, you have someone that you can go to. You're also going to get identity theft protection, and it is backed by $1 million policy just in case somebody steals your identity, steal your credit card, and you're getting reimbursed. You're also going to get your own cashback mall. So if you're already shopping at Walmart and JCPenney's and Old Navy and Macy's and GameStop and Sam's Club and all these different places, Foot Locker, especially we're coming up on the Christmas season, shop in your own back office. And every time you shop, you earn cash back. I love this. You also are going to get travel portals. So if you want to go on vacation, you can go through your travel portals and you can save on your airfare and your cruises or anything like that, your hotels. We have discount eating. You put in your zip code and it's going to list all the restaurants that you can eat out at a 40 to 60% discount. Now, I just showed you how to completely get out of debt. I just showed you how you can fund your retirement, all with your own money. You don't have to get a second job or a third job. You don't have to get in more student loan debts by going back to school, hoping to get a better job. You don't have to do any of that. You can partner with MyEcon and apply the wealth strategies and become that millionaire next door that don't nobody know about. And selling and recruiting is not even required. But for those of you who want a little bit more money, maybe you like me, you want it all. Maybe you got some big goals. You know, I want to be a millionaire in the next 5 years. So since I want to be a millionaire in the next 5 years, I'm going to introduce you to the 2 other streams of income that is available to those who want more than just the income shifting money that's coming into their paycheck. So the first stream of income is our website revenue. When you partner with MyEcon, you have a business and you have a digital business. You got an online business. You got a website business. So you can send people to your website and they can shop and you can get paid. So if you know somebody that want identity theft protection, they can buy it from you. If you know anybody who want to learn how to fix their own credit, they can purchase the course from you. If you know someone in direct sales, they in Mary Kate or they in TLC, and maybe they're not keeping up with their records for their tax write-offs at the end of the year, you can sell the cash flow manager to them. If you know anybody who use Priceline to book their travel, we are also Priceline affiliates. They can book their travel through your website. If you know anybody who likes to drink coffees or like nutritional supplements, they can purchase it through your website. If you know other people who shopping at Walmart just like you do, guess what? They can shop through your cashback mall. So every time Walmart get paid, you get paid. It's about to be the Christmas season. Every time Foot Locker get paid, guess what? You can get paid. There's people, it's about to be wintertime in the Midwest. You know, it's going to be snow on the ground. People want to get Timberlands. Guess what? The Timberland store is in your cashback mall. So guess what? People can buy their Timberlands directly through you. Maybe somebody want roadside assistance. They can buy it through you. Maybe somebody want credit monitoring services. Guess what? They can buy it from you. So just by promoting your website through social media, or if you decided to purchase some of the health and wellness products and sell them to other people, you can earn an extra $200 to $2,400 cash a month in addition to your income shifting. Now, the second stream of income is for the business builders. These are for the people who want to build leverage into their business, just like your boss, okay? So your boss makes money off of you showing up to work every day. Okay, whether or not you get a raise, whether or not you get a promotion is always going to be based on what somebody else think about you. So your income is always going to be limited. You are never going to make as much as your boss is going to make. Okay, so we're going to show you how you can build leverage in your MyEcon business, just like your boss. We're going to show you how to not only just rely solely on your own efforts, because here's the reality. For example, I got a storefront. And when I don't open my store, if I need to take a week off, or maybe something like I had a surgery a couple of months ago and I had to close my shop for like 6 weeks. Well, guess what? I didn't make no money in those 6 weeks because my store was not open, because my income is solely based on me. But if I had a whole bunch of storefronts all across the country, when one store was closed, the other ones may have been open and I still would have had income coming in. So that's what you can build in MyEcon. You don't have to build your MyEcon business by yourself. You can set up other educators across the nation. And while you're out there sharing the MyEcon opportunity, they're out there sharing the MyEcon opportunity, and everybody is getting paid. So when I joined MyEcon, I joined at the lowest level as a marketing director. I hit EVP the same day that I joined. I hit EVP Gold in 10 days, EVP Platinum in 6 months, Infinity in 8. So I got to the top of this company in 8 months. So I want to share with you the system that I created for myself, the system that I followed that got me all the way to the top. And you can follow me too, okay? And it's a simple system. It's duplicatable. Anybody can do it. Selling is not required. And the best part is it don't take a lot of your time. So the one question I have for you is, do you know 7 people with a job? Do you know 7 people with a job? Because if you know 7 people with a job, you can do this business, you can follow the system and get all the way to the top. And so my system is simple. It's called the 2 and 5. The 2 and 5. Sponsor 2 people into MyEcon, help them get their business started, and then sponsor 5 more. That's it. 2 and 5. And then teach those people the 2 and 5 system. So let me show you what it works from a compensation perspective really quick. So let's apply the first step of my system. Sponsor 2 people. Well, when you sponsor your first 2 people in MyEcon, you're going to get a referral bonus of $10 for each one of the 2 people. What you're also going to qualify is a 50% check match on whatever those first 2 people do in their MyEcon business. So if your first business partner generated a check of $5,000, guess what? You're making $2,500. If the second person you brought into this business generated a check of $10,000, you're going to make $5,000. Now, when you sponsor your first two, you are going to get a raise. You are going to become an EVP, and you qualify for what we call 100% commissions. So when you implement the second part of the system, which is sponsor 5 more business partners, you're going to get a $35 referral bonus for each one of your 5 new business partners. So you're going to get 35, 35, 35, 35, 35. So now you've completed the 2 and 5 system. So what are you going to do? Your 5 new business partners, you're going to teach them the system. So what happens is when you sponsor your first 5 people, they're going to fall to the bottom left-hand corner of this chart, and they're going to fall into what we call your base shop. And what they're going to do is they're going to implement step number 1. They are going to sponsor 2 people so that they can become an EVP, so they can qualify for 100% commissions. So guess what's going to happen? When they sponsor their first 2 people, those 2 people fall in your base shop. So in your base shop, you get a 2-for-1 compounding effect. So your first 5 are going to leave behind 2 each. So now you got 10 people. Those 10 people, when they go get their first 2 because they want to be EVP, what they going to do? Leave behind 2. Now you went from 10 to 20. The 20 people, what they want to do, follow us the system. They're going to sponsor their first 2. Those first 2 going to fall in your base shop, and you're going to go from 20 to 40. So for everyone, you're getting 2. For everyone, you're getting 2. And every time somebody hits your base shop, you're getting $25. So you're getting 25, 25, 25 to infinity over and over and over again. But guess what? Now that your 5 people and gave you 2, they EVPs now. So they move out of your base shop and they go to the right-hand side of this chart and they fall into your generation. So when they fall into your generation, guess what? Every time they bring anybody in the business, from their 3rd person to infinity, depending on your rank in this company, you making $3 to $15 on everybody that they bring in, and you don't even have to know them. And then in MyEcon, we also qualify for monthly residuals. So depending on your rank in the company, you can get an extra $1 to $8 a month for every person that comes into your organization. Now this is simple: 2 and 5. So you don't got to go out and sponsor 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 300 people. Do you know 7 people with a job? All you have to do is follow the system and teach the system. So let me show you what it looks like when your 5 duplicate the system. So when you sponsor your 2 business partners, you hit EVP and you sponsor 5 more. So let's show what the power of 5 does. So your first 5 business partners, you're going to make $175 up front in bonuses, and you're going to make $5 a month. That ain't nothing in residuals. So guess what happens when those 5 do what? Duplicate the system. They go and get their 5. Now that's 25 new people that's coming into your organization. So you're going to get $625 in bonuses, and now you're making $80 a month. That's not a lot, but hey, that'll pay on a cell phone bill. Now, the 25 people are going to do what? Duplicate the system. Go get 5 people. Y'all know 5 people with a job. That's 125 new people coming into your organization. You're going to get over $3,000 in bonus upfront money. And now you're going to be making $455 a month. Don't seem like a lot, but it can definitely pay on a car note. Now the 125 going to do what? Duplicate the system. Now you got 625 new people coming into the business. This is at my level, you guys. You're going to earn over $15,000 in bonus money, and your monthly residuals will be anywhere between $3,500 to $4,000 every single month, even if you don't get out of bed. So if you're making $4,000 a month residually every single month, many of you on this webinar can decide whether or not you still want to be at your job. Some of you can decide to fire your boss and be a stay-at-home mom just like me. Or the 625, what they're going to do, duplicate the system. Just share it with 5 people. Now you got over 3,000 people coming to your organization, $78,000 in bonuses, $28,000 a month. That's over $300,000 a year. So now you're a 6-figure income earner. The 3,000 going to do what? Duplicate the system, because that's all we talk about. We talk about 2 and 5. That's it. So when the 3,000 go and get 5 friends into the business, now that's 15,000 business partners in your organization. You have earned over $390,000 in upfront bonus, which will pay off most people on this webinar's entire debt. And you're going to have monthly residuals of $153,000 a month. That's over $1.8 million a year. So I just showed you how you can fire your boss. I just showed you how you can become a 6-figure income earner. I even showed you how you can become a millionaire off of 5 people. See, this right here, this residual income, see, this is the gold mine. This is why everybody in America should have not only a home-based business, but should be in our industry. Now, it might take you 2 to 5 years to get 15,000 people in your organization. I've only been in MyEcon a year, and I'm already over the 600 mark, and I only been in a year. But if I keep going at the pace that I'm going, in 5 years, I will be a millionaire. Now, you have to ask yourself, could you give your MyEcon business 5 years to generate 6 figures or $1 million? Because some of you have given your job 5 years and you might not be a 6-figure earner. Some of you may be giving your job 20 years and you still not a millionaire. So if you can just dedicate yourself to learning this business and applying a simple system of 2 and 5, you can get all the money on the table, but you can change your zip code. You can change everything about your life. This is what it looks like when your people's people start bringing people into the business, when you start to build it big. And this is a check back when I was a platinum. This is what it looks like when you're infinities and you're getting $8 a month and you start getting your residuals every single month on everybody. It's powerful. We get paid every single Friday. So what you're looking at is weekly checks. So you see a check $700 a week. You see our upline, Cedric Williams, $4,000 in a week. You're looking at weekly checks, $800 a week, $400 a week, couple of hundred a week. We got real people showing real results. You got people holding $2,000 checks, $8,000 checks, $53,000 checks. And as you continue to apply the strategies, you are going to start cash flowing. You see me there holding a $10,000 check, 50,000. We got people 100,000, people $250,000, people $1 million in cash flow just by partnering with MyEcon and applying the strategies and building an organization. So our mission is to get in every home and teach personal finance. We want to get on every high school campus. We want to get on every college campus, and we want to get in every church. And we want to get into our community, and we want to teach our community about the power that they have if they would just get out of debt. Money can be powerful when you learn to apply your money and tell your money what to do by starting investing, starting businesses, opening up franchises, investing in corporations, teaching your children how to start investing young. So when they grow up, they make better financial decisions, but you create another millionaire within your family. It's all about creating generational wealth. So what do you need to do? You just need to get in. See, when you partner with MyEcon, you're going to get the business and finance education. You're going to get the wealth building strategies. You're going to get a free will. You're going to get income shifting on your W-4. You're going to get all the tax advantages of having a home-based business. You're going to get our cash flow manager software that's going to keep you IRS compliant. You're going to get credit repair education so you can increase your credit score. You're going to get an e-commerce website so you can generate a second stream of income. You're going to get identity theft protection. You're going to get unlimited tax advice. You're going to get free and discounted legal services, discount travel, discount shopping, discount eating. And if you decide that you want to build leverage, or if you decide that you want to share this opportunity with other people, you can earn referral bonuses, commissions, and residuals, all for $34.95 a month. Tell me what other business opportunity available to you in America that will allow you to get all of this. I mean, the investment training alone is worth thousands of dollars, and you're getting access to it for $1.16 a day, $34.95 a month. And if you join MyEcon tonight, you can adjust your W-4 tomorrow, and you can receive an extra $100 to $600 in your paycheck in the next 10 to 14 days. How cool is that? $34.95 could absolutely change your life. And I just want to drill it home a little bit. I want you guys to understand the power of this residual income when you build your MyEcon business. Because see, you can buy wealth or you can build it. When you invest in real estate, when you invest in stocks and you invest in bonds, you're buying wealth. When you build your MyEcon business and you build an organization that is on autopilot and you making money in your sleep, those residuals means you're building wealth. I invested $34.95 for the month of October. I got paid $4,000 in residuals. Look at my return of investment, over 11,000%. And I want to put this in perspective for you. I'm a single mom. I'm working from home. I work 5 hours a week. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I work 5 hours a week. So I work 20 hours a month in my MyEcon business. I invest $34.95 and I make $4,000. 20 hours. There's people right now who make $4,000 a month, but you doing 40-hour weeks. I'm doing 20 hours a month. That is the power of residual income. I get an 11,000 return on my investment for 1 month. A savings account pays less than 1%. A money market account pays about 1.5%. A CD, 2.4%. If you invest in bonds, you can get anywhere from 6 to 10%. The stock market may pay anywhere from 8% to 24%. You can invest in Forex, but if you look at somebody's returns in Forex for an entire year, about 25 to 35%. I got 11,000% rate of investment. Even Bitcoin grew about 1,000%, but not 11,000%. See, this is the power of the MyEcon opportunity. So I really want you to pay attention to it and to take this business serious. So all you got to do right now is get back to the person who invited you to this webinar and just make a decision. You know, if everything is working for you, you got your financial house in order, you got everything that you need, congratulations to you. But you may know that some people who need this education, please refer the person who brought you to this webinar to somebody else that you might know who might need the service. But for those people who know that you're not on track and you want more out of life, or you might want to fire your boss, or you want to live where you want to live and drive what you want to drive, make the decision. You're one decision away from being debt-free, one decision away from working from home, one decision away from traveling this globe, one decision away from sending your kids to college without any student loan debt, one decision away from building a business where you can leave an inheritance. And do you know that the residuals that I earn in MyEcon, I can will my MyEcon business to my son, and if something was to ever happen to me, he will continue to get those monthly payments every month. That's building wealth. You can own your life. So I want you to get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. I'm super excited to partner with you. They will give you their link so that you can get signed up. They're going to help you adjust your W-4, and then they're going to tie you up into all type of juicy training so you can get all your tax deductions and you can learn to start investing. So I'm going to open it up. If anybody have any questions, you can unmute your line and ask any questions that you may have. If you have any questions, you can unmute your line. Now is the time to do it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What if a person wants to just do the business and they don't work? They just want to put all their time and effort into the business.
Okay, well then they can make some significant amount of money if they get into the business. They need to follow the 2 and 5 system and build them an organization. They still can generate $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 in residuals if they take the business seriously. So if they can't income shift, they're just going to share the opportunity with other people. They're going to post their retail website on social media as well. So they're going to make money from people shopping with them, but they're also going to make money when they build a team.
So will they be able to file income tax?
Yeah, they got a business. So they still qualify for the same, it's still a home-based business. So they're still going to qualify for the home-based business deductions. They're just not income shifting because they don't have a job to income shift.
Okay, thank you.
If they have Other businesses, it just depends on how active they are in that business. If you have a real brick and mortar business, or like myself, I have to pay quarterly taxes on my business. So if you got a business and you are not at that level where you are reporting to the IRS on a quarterly basis, they may not classify that as a business, but more like a hobby. And so when they consider it a hobby, because you really ain't selling nothing and you're not reporting no sales and you're not collecting no taxes, you can find yourself not being able to get those deductions. Okay. But the beauty of having a home-based business, especially with MyEcon, is that we're under the entire MyEcon umbrella. Okay. So as long as you are an active distributor, MyEcon is reporting that to the IRS. And so that's showing up if you having an active sole proprietor business that you are actively working. And you can have a number of businesses on your tax returns. I mean, I have 4 different businesses. So I report 4 different businesses. I have expenses in 4 different companies that is reported on my tax returns. So you don't have to be in one business. You want multiple streams. And the one thing that I always tell people, because I was a business owner, I can write off my rent and utilities that's associated with my business, but I couldn't write off anything associated to my home because my business was outside of my home. All 3 of my other businesses is outside of my home. But because I'm in MyEcon, I get to write off my home-based business expenses. So now I get the best of both worlds. So my federal refund checks be really, really nice. Any other questions?
Angela, this is Valerie. I have a question.
Yes.
So can you explain why this business is important, even if you already have a business like yourself? Because that's what I've experienced lately. People who already have a business and they don't feel like they need MyEcon.
Well, number one, just because you have a business don't mean you're making money. I mean, that don't mean that you got a profitable business just because you got a business. Okay. Another thing is you have to get the education on how to manage your money, because most businesses go out of business because they have a cash flow problem. So if you don't know how to manage your cash flow, you're going to be in and out of business the fastest, or you're not making sound financial decisions. You are maintaining your business with your credit card and you getting further and further in debt. So once they get the money management piece of it, that is going to help them. Also, if you have any type of business, especially if you have a brick and mortar business, how is your retirement? So when somebody tell you they got a business, still ask them how's their retirement account, because because you got a business don't mean that you're saving for retirement. You still might be behind and you need to catch up. So just by partnering with MyEcon and going through the investment education training that I went with Ivy Stokes, I found areas where I wasn't making necessarily great decisions about my retirement and my investments, because you really have to know where to pull your money and transfer your money when certain things are happening in the marketplace. And if you are not educated on that, you can lose your retirement, because even if your retirement is in a 401k, the markets crash, your 401k crashing too. So you have to become smart about investing. So to me, that piece alone is why every business owner should be in the business. And also, if you are a business owner, you need customers, and customers ain't always buying every day. So by partnering with MyEcon, that's another stream of cash flow that you got coming in, and you can tie your income to your customers. If you show your customers how to get manage their money, you show your customers how to get extra money in your paycheck, where you think they shopping? They shopping with you, and I don't understand why somebody who in a business, if you're not a multi-millionaire, you need to be in MyEcon. You need to be in MyEcon. And then actually from a business perspective, MyEcon is a network of 70-something thousand people. So if you have a business and you selling makeup, or you selling jewelry, or you selling gift baskets, you selling body butters, well, guess what? You can promote your products to a network of 70,000 people. So if you're a business person, you ain't thought about that yet. You obviously not thinking about money. You're not thinking about the network that you can have access to, and you leaving money on the table. So that's what I would tell anybody who call themselves having a business. It depends on how profitable that business is. It depends on their retirement account. Ask them how they're saving for their retirement. And I'm going to tell you that probably about 85% of them ain't saving at all. When you ask enough questions, you'll get down to the truth. And they will know for themselves why they need to be in MyEcon. Any other questions?
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right. And there's no such a thing of not having enough businesses. You know, people crazy. But anyway, any other questions? Hey, Katrina. Hey, Christopher. I see a Catrice. Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Arnita. Glad y'all got on. If there's no other questions, we will end this webinar. I want to thank you all for coming out and spending some time with me. Get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. Tell them you all in so you can be a part of this money team. And I just want to thank y'all for coming. We are going to have a live hotel meeting this Thursday. So for those that are local to me, you want to pack the house out with guests so that we can get them on the right side of money. All right. So I want to thank y'all. And y'all have a good night. Peace.
Thank you, Angela. That was excellent.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good information. Good information.
Thank you, Catherine. Bye, all my babies. Y'all all my babies. Bye, Alicia.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.